What's up guys? My name is Dom and this is Faith Family Homestead, and then today I wanted to give you guys a tour of what I'm growing. It is still the winter time. Right now when I'm shooting this it is February 1st, and I wanted to just give you guys a tour of what I have growing. I am in South Carolina zone 8B. My family and I moved to 2.6 acres back in October. Most of our acres were wooded, and so we did have a company come out and forest mulch our acres down. The area that I'm sitting in did have maybe like 6 large pine trees out here, but this area towards this side didn't have any trees, but over towards this side is where the big towards the driveway was where the big trees were. So we did have the company knock those down so we can expand our driveway. This area towards I guess it would be, if I'm looking towards my house to the right, is going to be my new garden area. Right now I have some log raised beds, and then I also have wooden side raised beds. I just repurposed the logs that the company came and knocked down some trees, and that was too close to the house, and I am using those for, I think it's 8 raised beds. So I have 8 log raised beds, and then the rest of my garden will be made out of wood side raised beds, and then I am going to be doing some in-ground gardening as well. But we're building this from scratch, and so I'm going to turn you around and give you guys a tour. So right now we have our chickens in this garden area, because I just have them like fertilizing the ground and all that. And then back here is where I have my raised bed gardens. Last year I did do lots of raised bed garden because we were still living in an RV, and so I just recycled some of those containers, as well as I bought some new these pools for $2 each last summer, when or at the end of the summer when they were just trying to get rid of them, so they were just $2, so I got all of them. So in these pools I have garlic growing down the center of this one, and then on each side I have tulips. My dog has made a mess of these 3 pools. He dug this one, and so the tulips, and 8 tulip bulbs, so I put some of them back as most of I could and put more soil on top of it, so hoping those are okay. He also has dug in this one, and it's also gotten hit by frost, so you can see down on some of the tulips the frost damage. But then down the middle I have my softneck variety garlic, and I also have tulips here. I have all tulips growing in this one, and in this container I also have garlic, but my dog got into one of these too and dug up all the garlic, so I tried to replant it. I don't know how that's going to do. In these 4 back containers, the 2 in the back are regular hardneck garlic, and the one right here in the front is elephant garlic, and in this one I have some red onions that I grew from seed. All of this mess is just, they are blackberries back there, blueberries, I think I have a peppermint plant and an echinacea, but I have to clean all of those up for springtime. Now for the actual main garden tour. So coming along this way, I have all of the raised beds that my son's been building for me, and I haven't set out yet. But down the middle, I have this crossed raised bed, and I'm going to have 2 on this side and 2 on that side. We do have soil and compost here, so I can't put the second garden bed, but when we clear that out, we'll put the second garden bed there. This garden bed right here is where I want to plant my strawberries and asparagus. I'm thinking about planting asparagus down the middle, long way this way, and then on each side having strawberries, and then strawberries maybe in those 2, and strawberries in these 2 raised beds. I did order 500 bare root strawberries from, I think, Johnny's, and then I also ordered 100 asparagus roots. In this first bed, I did a video of me, my friend's daughter, and my daughter planting out my Brassica bed. So all of this is cabbages, broccolis, kale, Brussels sprouts, and kohlrabi, I believe. In this bed, at the bottom, I have garlic. I did a video on planting sprouted garlic versus not sprouted. This is the sprouted bed. of garlic. Then I have ranunculus that I pre-sprouted in my house and then brought out here, and they've been out here since December and they're doing really good. And then I just have a line of garlic as a divider because all through the front of this bed I planted lily bulbs and I wanted to know where I stopped, so I planted garlic right there. And then these 4 plants that are looking rough are 2 echinaceas and maybe, I don't remember what the other 2 are, but they died during the frost, but they're perennials, so they'll come back. Over to this side is where I planted the 540 onion starts that I got from Dixondale Farms, and they are doing well. I planted these, I think the first week, was it the first week in December? I don't remember, or maybe the 3rd week, but they've been out here and they are growing and looking good. Down on this bed, I also have some lilies at the first part of this bed. You can kind of see where my dog had gotten into my garden and dug here. I also have garlic here. This is the not sprouted garlic that I planted here. And then I have my red onions, the rest of them that I planted in the garden. You can't really see them. My dog literally dug these onions maybe 2 times, so I have no idea if they're even. They still are alive, but we'll see how those turn out. But I know there's like 100 onion starts here. And then at the end of this bed, I don't have anything, but I do have Lisianthus in the house that I was thinking about putting towards the end of this bed. Right across, I don't have anything in this bed, but this is the second bed that I planted out with Brassicas. So in the first 6 square feet right here, I have carrots planted. Then everywhere else I just put a mixture of kales, Brussels sprouts, kohlrabi, cabbages. I even planted some turnips in some of these squares. I also have some celery down here. Some of these plants got squished, and so I might have to replant some that the leaves are broken, but that's there. In this tunnel right here, so in this tunnel I have a few things going on. So I have this tray of calendula, borage, Brussels sprouts, pennyroyal, and summer savory. My calendula's looking a little rough because I forgot that I had this tray underneath here, and it got down to like 23 degrees. I also have an echinacea plant. I have my begonias that I started from, what were they? They were seeds. No, they weren't seeds. These were bulbs. So I have, I think 6 begonias. And then I have this echinacea here as well. Back here I have a tray of lettuce. I think this one's beets. Not beets, radishes. I have some carrots in this one. And I had just sat these all under here when we was getting really bad weather. I'm going to take them out. I also have $3 tree containers. This one had spilled over, but it had a lot of herbs in it. It still does have some herbs, but I'll have to replant a bunch of those because the soil fell out. You can see the soil's missing out of that one. In this one I have all my strawberries, and you can see it's already getting some strawberry flowers in places. In this container I do have some herbs as well, and then I also have some radish seeds here and down here. This is where all my brassicas was in, this one and that one. I still have my leeks that I need to plant out. I have a pot of mint back there. Mint will take over a garden, and so you definitely want to keep it contained, and so all my mint will be in containers. Down here I have 2 artichokes that I planted out. They need to be watered, but I don't have anything planted in this bed yet, but I'm thinking about putting my bachelor buttons and my snapdragons over here. My bachelor buttons are still in this tray that I need to get out. also have my tray of snapdragons out here. They've spent the night outside last night, so they're definitely ready to be transplanted into the garden and pinched off. By pinching off, you just, when the plant is this big, you would just come down and like take the tops off, take half of the plant off. So if they're like 6 inches, you would want to top them off down to 3 inches. And it encourages branching and stronger stems, because I am going to be using these for cut flowers. And towards the front of my garden, I do have 8 blueberry bushes that I planted out here in the winter. And then behind it, I had made a trench and planted a bunch of bulbs. So like daffodils and hyacinth and maybe some alliums. And so that's in this trench going all back through here. Basically everything that I have growing right now, today is February 1st, it is Tuesday. I do have maybe 2 more trays of snapdragons in my house. I also need to plant another succession of snapdragons and bachelor buttons. I have peppers in the house sprouted, basils, tomatoes, all like my warm weather crops. But this was just my cool weather crops. My friend's daughter is coming back over tomorrow to help me, and we'll probably be planting out these snapdragons and bachelor buttons tomorrow. I also have lots of flower bulbs that I got. I did a video haul on that I got from Walmart, just trying to grow some dahlias. I've never grown dahlias before, so I just went to my big box store and got some not very expensive bulbs from there. And so I have those that I need to plant out. So I have lots of stuff to do before springtime comes. I have been really busy, and so I am excited to get out here tomorrow. I won't have time today. I do have my class that I have to get to tonight. I do want to get this video up because my last video was about 2 days ago. But like I said, I've been really busy. And I do have to get these beds squared away as far as like where I want the beds to lay. I'm still not exactly sure. And then once we use up all the soil, I'll be calling in another delivery of compost. I just get it delivered. I think this was 10 yards of compost and 8 yards of topsoil. Next time I won't be ordering the topsoil, I'll just be ordering the compost and be amending my beds with the rest of my beds with that. But I do have so much more work to do, and I look forward to taking you guys along with me. If you guys have been enjoying my content, would you hit the like button and subscribe? I would appreciate it so much. I thank you guys for just supporting me and subscribing to my channel, and I look forward to just taking you guys along and turning this garden into the beautiful garden that I want it to be for the spring and the summer, growing lots of vegetables as well as cut flowers. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys next time.